this podcast, we talk about Saudi Arabia. We talk about the trap of going to university and getting a degree. We talk about going to ACL, how to sneak into ACL. Make sure you watch for that. And don't forget, it's whatever.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Welcome to It's Whatever Podcast, the podcast that we never upload and we only record, thanks to me.
Yeah, I'm pissed at you, Eric. Fucking 4 hours, bro. 4 pods we've done. Wasted my time, boy. My time is valuable, son.
I just feel
$120 right there, bro.
I just feel like anytime that we do a podcast, I'm afraid to look at the retention because I know people are gonna fucking click off.
Who cares, brother? Look, this we started off hot here, bro. We're fucking going in hot. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about this. This is the last pod. The last pod we uploaded was like probably a year ago, bro. We've been lacking on pods.
I think the last podcast was the one where you and I were drinking cider at your apartment.
In my couch, right? We're like cider boys and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cider boys, bro. And then you were after I showed you that cidercade, bro. You started going a lot, huh?
Yeah, Cidercade is a bar where they have free video games. You just pay $5 and you can play all the classic arcade games, and they have cider beer. So it's a really good spot.
So they have them in Austin. You went to one in Dallas, no?
They have it in Austin. They have it in Dallas. They have it in Houston. They have 2 in Dallas.
But you said Dallas smells bad, right?
You
said Dallas smells bad. That's like your opinion of Dallas. You said it smells bad.
Dallas downtown smells bad, man. We went downtown. It smelled horrible. I guess San Antonio's downtown sucks because it doesn't suck. But what's bad about it? The Riverwalk is good, but San Antonio's downtown has so much construction that it's annoying to drive there. Dallas just smells bad. Austin is really nice. Nothing to say.
The Riverwalk at San Antonio smells pretty bad, bro. Like when you walk next to it, right?
Yeah, but not like Dallas, man. Dallas smells like it smells like
New Orleans. You've been to New Orleans, right?
Yeah, New Orleans is messy.
It smells bad, bro. Like, was Dallas worse than that?
I haven't gone to New Orleans recently enough to remember and compare the.
So you haven't.
What is it called?
You haven't been during
I have not been during Mardi Gras. No.
Shit.
I wonder if I would like going to Mardi Gras, or I wonder if I would like going to New Orleans now that I can drink and stuff, because people say that you go to New Orleans because it's cheap, right? Cheap drinks, cheap everything.
Everything is cheaper there, bro. Like, they have this one drink. There's a drink that I drank in New Orleans, and it's like famous for it, but I keep on forgetting the name.
Fat Tuesday?
Like a hurricane. It's not a hurricane. It's a New Orleans famous drink. Let's see.
There's a franchise called Fat Tuesday, and they have one downtown in San Antonio.
Man, what's this called?
But yeah, man, I don't really think I like cheap stuff. Like, I'm more about spending money.
You don't like cheap stuff, boy?
No,
hand grenade. Hand grenades, bro. You ever tried one of those?
No,
yeah, bro.
Sounds crazy. Have you tried it?
Yeah, when I went, that's how we drank, dude. Those F you up, bro.
So you went with our friends, back in college. How was it? Is there any memorable moments?
We stayed at a Airbnb close enough to Bourbon Street where we can Uber and be close, but obviously not on Bourbon Street. So we stayed there for the whole weekend. The drive's pretty far from San Antonio. It was I think it was an 8-hour drive.
It's crazy.
But no, it's definitely worth going at least once, I think, because we went and it was absolute chaos, bro. There was anything you can think of. People throwing beads everywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but is it trashy?
It's trashy, bro. It's disgusting. Every corner of the sidewalks full with trash. I don't know what's going on there.
People and actual garbage.
People and physically there, yeah, bro. Like the ambience there is just, you feel like a must there, bro. It was. We even went to a strip club. We didn't even know we were getting into one. We're like, oh shit, that was a regular place, and then you walk in, and it was a strip club. It's like, what the fuck? What's going on here?
Yeah, I think they have different laws now in New Orleans, like nudity and strip clubs and all that. Like they can just mix with everything else.
I think because they also have casinos there. I think so. They have different rules there, man. Louisiana, New Orleans don't fuck around, dude. New Orleans.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They go crazy. Have you also been to spring break at South Padre Island? Did you ever do that?
Honestly, no. I guess I'm from the valley, and I know that week is chaos. I just never went to it. It never seemed like an interesting thing, you know. So I never did that. But I think I would imagine it's the same thing. It's absolute nightmare, chaos. You know, people talk about how people live with so much of a mess there at the beach, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. I
they're
mean, I've
known
seen
for that.
interviews. I've seen interviews
Yeah,
on YouTube. People interview like the crazy college students that go there,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. MTV used to go there every week, every summer, every like spring break type of shit. You
I
know?
just wonder how bad parking is. It makes me think about that now, and it
Oh, where
makes
do
me
they park?
yeah, because parking at South Padre Island, like when you're in the actual island, it's very limited. So
Bro, it's like part of grow. Like when you're an adult, like you think of okay, well, I need to find parking. Like, what is the parking
yeah,
situation,
for
bro?
sure.
When we were younger, it's like
Yeah, man.
you just pull up. And it's like,
It reminds me of when I went to Rolling Loud, and like that whole parking situation was horrible. The paid parking for Rolling Loud was a Walmart parking lot. And they like the Rolling Loud actually
they
scammed us.
they rented
Just
that
gave us
shit.
random Walmart parking, and in front of
Yeah,
it was a Sonic, and the Sonic was overthrown by like a bunch of like people like
hoodlums,
rap
hoodlums.
heads, hoodlums. Yeah, a bunch of hoodlums to not be racist. And
Oh, what? No one said that, bro.
I don't know. I was just trying to paint a picture, because
Oh,
like
you
they were just
painted it, boy. You
yeah,
painted
they were going hard, dude. They were like doing everything you're not supposed to do out of Sonic. It was just
it.
overthrown, and I think we lasted like an hour and 30 minutes to get out of the parking lot, and we left an hour early to
Damn.
from Rolling Loud. So it was just horrible. I think we got home like around like 1:30 in the morning or something crazy.
Straight to sleep, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you're more of a person who doesn't like to go out at this point, right? You're more
At this time, at
homebody.
this point, I mean, actually, I next what? When is it? A week and a half. I'm gonna have to go out, bro. I'm going to ACL, bro.
Yeah,
So
you're going to
I'm gonna have
ACL.
to go. I'm gonna have to like muster my up the energy to keep going out with these young kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, me and Deb were going, but last what was it? We've been going every year now, and last year, like, it was annoying, dude. Like the Ubers, they charge to go and back. They up the price at the end of the show. Like once ACL is done,
Mm-hmm.
those prices jack up, boy. That's $60
Mm-hmm.
a trip,
Mm.
$80 a trip. Like,
Yeah.
so I think this time we're gonna take the car and actually park relatively close. Um,
Pay for
but yeah,
parking.
it's always annoying. You know how much people go to ACR? We've done them. I think we looked it up
It's
before,
like two
two
hundred
hundred
thousand or
thousand,
something.
200,000, like just casually walking around, dude. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Um,
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard ACL. I was in high school, and some
yeah,
guy like came back on Monday with like a bunch of like with a wristband. He was talking about ACL and how he saw these bands, and I was like, "What the fuck is ACL? Like, am I a fucking loser, bro? How do I not know this stuff?" So
yeah,
then
exactly.
I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, it's a festival in Austin," and it was intimidating, like a high school student, just being like shy
Yeah,
was
that is.
intimidating to, yeah.
Yeah.
So then me and my sister went, I think the following year, and just like it was a weird feeling because just stepping in and just seeing like all the people and seeing like a bunch of girls, like, and me being like a high school kid, who is just like in an all boys school, to like go into like Austin, which is like very different from San Antonio, and just seeing like everyone like be free and like showing skin and everything. It was just kind of like made me feel uncomfortable. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it made me feel like I was nervous, like I was kind of like who am I, how am I dressed, like it was weird. But then after a while,
Yeah,
it just that's just like the initial, it's like the
the
initial like
shock.
burst, yeah, the shock. And then after that I was just enjoying like the shows. I think we saw uh
Damn, Paula, would you
I,
say who's big than
nah, I think if it was correct, I think we saw Flume, because my sister and I seen Flume together. So I think it was Flume,
Oh, Flume's
Kendrick
good.
Lamar, uh Cage the Elephant, and the Bottom Man. What is it? Catfish and the Bottom Man. There's other bands. I think Diplo was playing that night too. Diplo and some other band were playing at the same time.
Not, Kendrick's coming this year. So this, I think the big ones are. I don't think it was the lineup, but I think the big ones are Foo Fighters and Kendrick. Um,
Yeah, I know Kendrick is coming back, so I wonder how that's gonna be.
because he
But
got that
I'm more
last
excited
album.
for Foo Fighters, to be
Foo
honest.
Fighters, Kendrick Lamar, Hosier, The Lumineers, Mumford and Sons, 1975, Cigarettes After Sex, Odessa, Shania Twain. Why is Shania Twain on there, man? What the hell's going on here? Lil
They
Yachty,
always get an OG though. They always get like a country
thir-
person.
30 Seconds to Mars. Oh, that's
That's gonna be crazy.
shit. What else is going on here?
Yeah, there's these bands that like I mean, I haven't looked at their Spotify numbers, but like you mentioned Mumford and Sons, and like that band. I mean, that band is like done, bro. Like I don't
They
even know
died
why they
off,
still get
no?
invited.
Dun, 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 dun,
They
dun,
have
dun.
like all their
What's that
songs
one
sound the
song?
same, but they've been going to ACL like multiple times. Like
Yeah,
I
just
feel like they
because
have a contract.
I think they're like the indie band. They like represent the indie band. Like they're the most mainstream indie band you could ever think of, right? Like
Yeah,
they have that one song.
they have that one song that sounds like all their other songs.
Yeah, with the four
And
chords.
they're from London. They're not even from Austin.
Yeah, dude. But no, you're right. That they become like them and like I'm surprised Tim Impala's not coming anymore. Tim Impala were like also like becoming like every year coming, you know. But them actually is cool. Like it fits the Austin vibe, I think. You know.
Yeah, well,
And you've always snuck in, bro. Are you gonna do it this year? What's your plan? Are you
yeah,
gonna...
Vanessa and I are gonna do it, and we're gonna do it for a video now. We're gonna go all out.
Oh, for
So
real?
yeah, so we have different ways that we want to sneak in. Like
Bro, I just picture you as
we
fucking.
have ways that require you, and we have ways that don't require you. You know,
Oh,
we're gonna have to rough it out. So
hey.
like we're thinking buy the vest, buy like the orange vest, the Velcro ones, and
Oh
just
man,
jump the
jeez.
fence. We're gonna jump the fence. We're gonna jump the other
Oh,
fence because there's two fences,
yeah.
and then we're just gonna haul ass into the crowd.
But
We're
then what are you
thinking
gonna
about
do?
doing that.
Are you gonna throw the vest? What are you gonna do? You put it in a
We
jacket? Oh,
just we
it
just
might be
like
cold
we
then,
could
huh?
just put it not like in a fanny pack. We could probably like fold them into a fanny pack and
Fold them
put it
in.
in there. Yeah, that's one, right? And we want to do it with camera, so like with a GoPro and everything. I wanna film the whole thing.
Gotcha,
Um,
gotcha.
two will probably be honestly running like just running the
Dude,
exit, like
that's
running
what I
the
picture.
entrance.
That's what I picture. That's the one you've done
I've
multiple
done that
times, right?
before,
Yeah, you just
but
did that shit.
yeah, but sprinting the entrance, you kind of have to do like you have to do it like towards like right before the headliner because like people don't care. Like they're like or like
That's
when the
it's
head
the end. Like everyone's focusing on that, right? Like,
yeah, everyone's focused on the headliner. Everyone wants to see him, so like limited like people carrying. So you just run. You just run. I
mm-hmm.
never done it like mid concert, which would be hard. And I feel honestly, I feel like there might be a trick if you
Do you think if
go.
you're with a girl, like, it would seem kind of chill, or like, or would it make it more difficult? What do you think?
I think it's a mindset, but I think it depends. It depends because your girl has to be she has to be willing to run too.
Yeah.
Because
You
if she's
gotta be
not willing to run, she's
you
just
gotta be
gonna
like
hold you down.
those immigrants crossing the border, huh? You gotta be like one of those, bro. Ready to run.
Well, they're pretty chill. No, you gotta be a little way, bro. You gotta be like you're the border patrol agents trying to catch him. You gotta fucking
The fat border patrol agent. Hey, where you going over here?
yeah,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
a fat border patrol.
That's
The other way that we
the
can sneak in that I saw was someone. There's a video went viral on TikTok. Some guy just walked backwards. You see that?
no.
There's a
That's
there's
a,
a, there's a viral TikTok. Some white guy. He's like, all right, we're gonna sneak into this festival and by walking
ooh.
backwards, and they did it. And then like it was kind of weird. I didn't see the end of it, but then they got this like ChatGPT plugin that gives you like the hardest. They give you the hardest scenarios to whatever you ask it. So
Yeah.
if you ask it like how can I score a goal, it's gonna give you like the craziest like scenario like it's
Kick
gonna
the
be it's
ball
not
to the outside, you know, all this
yeah
stuff
it's
like
gonna be like kick it up by yourself and then do a bicycle kick, hit the left post and then hit the right post and it goes like crazy like that.
yeah.
So he asked how can I sneak into this festival and then like the ChatGPT gave him the hardest way to do it and then the video was him he was gonna do the exact same way.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, it's kind of weird because I saw that video like the TikTok and it was so much effort and I still didn't want to click or follow him. So it's kind of like
So it didn't work.
it's kind of fucked, right? Because like that
I
means like
know,
damn,
dude.
bro, people
All
are
that
so
work.
picky.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that work to follow this guy. Do I really want to see this guy again and again on my feed? But
Mask.
the third way, the one that would require you would be well, you just have that wristband a little bit loose, man.
What? So I'm gonna leave it somewhere for you to get it, or what?
Yeah, leave it. No, just leave it loose on your wrist, baby, and then you go through, and then you go through the fence, and you give it to us, baby.
Oh,
That
why you
was
calling me
fun.
baby? Why you trying to sweet talk me like that, bro?
I'm just trying to sweet talk you, but yeah, I mean, Austin's gonna be two weekends.
That's gonna be the name of the pod, by the way. Sneaking into ACL.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
That's the thumb. That's the name. That's the thumb of the gist of the video. How to sneak into ACL
Man,
in real life.
I don't know if I'm getting old, bro, but these people are not these artists are not enticing. Like okay, Kendrick Lamar, I'm not I'm not
What?
too
You're not feeling
excited
it?
to I'm not really feeling Kendrick Lamar. Lumineers, hell no, dude. Kali Uchis, like
Hey,
she
Hosier has that one song, the "Take Me to Church." Ah, na 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 na. You know
yeah, I'm
that
not
song?
really feeling that guy either.
You're not? That's that
No,
one song,
I
bro.
think I'm thinking I'm getting old, man, because these people are like
Nah,
it's weird for
I
me.
get
I
you.
think I like I let's see,
Hey,
Gus. I
Lil
know
Yachty,
Gus
bro.
Dapper.
It
Little
gets cold
Yachty's
like
going.
Minnesota. Remember when we saw him at fucking at Ma Luna?
Yeah, Ma Luna. Rest in peace, Ma Luna.
Rest in peace, Ma Luna. A festival that only the real people know. That only the real dogs know. For
A
the dogs,
festival that
for the dogs only.
only
Yeah.
the people that went to UTSA years 2015 to 2018 will ever know.
Oh, your boy Gus Dapperton's going, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going, and I think there's another one that I like. I was excited for,
Um, there's some like nepotism people in here too, for sure.
like Nessa Barrett. That sounds like
Yeah, today
nepotism.
that's the one I'm looking at. I was like, I think I saw them at. I think I saw her on that podcast. What's it called? With
Steiny or what?
no, not Tiny. He's funny though. But the other one, the one with the BFF podcast with Barstool. I think she was on it.
Yeah, she's definitely like a plant. I think.
Tash Sultana actually is a pretty good guitarist. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
It's a girl. Oh, Portugal the man. Don't you like them?
Yeah, Portugal the Man is good.
Yeah.
30 Seconds to Mars. That one's cool because I feel like they barely play. But I don't know. Jared Leto's a creep, man. He has a cult.
He has a cold, bro.
Yeah, he legit has a cult. He has a cult
Oh, I
where
forget. Am I going the first weekend or the second weekend? I'm second weekend, right?
I think we're in the first weekend. No,
No, I'm
second
second.
weekend.
Second, yeah. I'm not. I'm asking you and shit. No, I'm going second weekend. Um, but at least
Yeah, I mean, but
I'm kind of happy they didn't get Billie Eilish this year, bro. I was kind of getting mad at that one already. You
they
know what I'm
got her
saying?
twice or what?
Yeah, she went like 3 years in a row, bro. She was annoying.
Oh, M83. Damn, that's gonna be good.
That's the EDM group, no?
That's that
That's that
Midnight
EDM.
City.
Yeah.
That's like that's a really really good song.
It is actually, yeah.
Yeah, yes. They have that Heads Will Roll
Heads will
song.
roll. Heads will roll. Am I gonna get claimed for singing like shit like this? If I think if you sing like shit, it's fine, right? We should do. We should do a segment where we just sing like shit.
Sing like shit.
Sing like shit. What's the song by Kendrick Lamar that can sing like shit?
Oh, you know, be a good video at ACL asking people, what artists are you here to see? You can't tell me you have to sing their song.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That'd be funny, right?
Yep.
Let's see. I feel. Oh, Gorilla. Oh no, never mind.
Nah,
Glorilla,
that'd be
not
great.
Gorillas.
No, it's some complete opposite artist.
Odessa though. Odessa, I feel like Odessa would be really good. I feel like they'll have a lit show.
Yep.
I don't want to feel too old, man, because I don't want to be like if there's artists here that I don't know about that the high school kids and the freshmen in college are like really like down to go see. I want to be in the know, bro. And then that's a question. That's a question I want to ask you. We're kind of I want to ask you: do you want to be a person who stays in the know relative to the youngsters, or do you just want to enjoy your nostalgia and like not be malleable to adapting to technology, music, art, everything?
No. I think you gotta be malleable. I mean, like it's like whenever you go to your parents and they're like they can't even take a picture, bro. Like on their phone, they're like, I don't know what's going on. So, ¿qué está pasando? ¿Qué le pico? ¿Qué le pico? Come on, bro. Like you bought this device. You've paid for all its resources. You paid for all the updates.
Yeah.
You paid for all of it, bro. You gotta know how to use this shit. So like, I think that's one thing that I feel like we've done a pretty good job. We've always tried to like stay ahead of what's going on, what's up and coming, you know.
Yeah.
And I want to continue doing that because it's the only way that you don't like your brain's always getting like new information. You're always critical thinking. You're always, adapting to like technology, to the environment, the music. Like music, it's like one thing that we're always talking about, right? Like we always, every time we hang out, we hear new music, we play shit. Then we're like, oh shit, like. I mean, yeah, a lot of the times we do nostalgia shit, but once in a while, like you'll play someone that I've never heard of, and I'll play someone you've never heard of, and you're like, oh shit, who's that? And then like it's always a good feeling, like finding new music, like through just it's always good, It's not. I feel like you can't be an old head, bro. That's why it's the whole term old head is like a negative term. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not open to like new ideas. You're when old school rappers were just missing all this mumble shit, like they got fucking joked on, bro. Their careers fell off. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't turn up. They couldn't see that the actual movement behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think in the terms of like our older generation who doesn't like technology, I don't know why they have this attitude that technology is not cool. Like
Right.
like
Yeah.
they have this like, I guess they grew up in an era where people who use computers and who did things that had to do with screens were nerds or geeks or
Right.
whatever.
It's a negative
And they're
connotative.
and
Yeah.
they're like, I don't know how to use this, dude. I don't know how to use it. This is bad right here. This right here, this is bad. How do you do it for me? And I feel like they don't know that that's unattractive, man. That's like ugly. That's like repelling, bro. Like when you're ignorant to something that can, like, why would you want to be, why would you choose to not know or to not put effort into something that makes your life better?
100%.
Like you, instead of going to the bank to transfer money from your savings to your checkings account, then people call, right? People in the 80s, oh, dude, I just got a call. Like, why do you actually go to the bank? Just call. Okay, now we have the app. Now don't waste your time calling. Like, I don't want to hear you calling, bro.
Yeah.
Download the app. Do not, as soon as you open a bank account, as
Hey,
soon
three
as you
buttons.
open a bank account, I would need you to save all that paperwork, download the damn app, and make an account with your email, okay? I don't want to hear you call the bank for 30 minutes to
Oh
transfer.
man.
I don't want to hear
Yeah.
that. And that's what I feel like, us being late 20s, like there's something like that too. We're being old heads in some ways with technology. It's like for example, me with CapCut, like I've been using
Yeah.
Premiere and Final Cut, and then these kids using CapCut, and they be doing these things that would take me forever. It's like I need to be in the know. Like it's not
Yeah.
enough
Yeah.
to use CapCut. I need to learn CapCut like
Be
I learned
proficient
Premiere
with it.
Pro a couple years ago.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Can't
You're
be
right.
old, bro. Can't be an old head.
Yeah. You gotta be a new blood, young
So
blood.
that's why I'm gonna watch Rattlesnake Milk, weekend 2 of ACL. There's a band here called Rattlesnake Milk.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta look for the goofiest name on this list, bro. On this fucking list. Let's see. Uh,
Wonder Horse.
Fuchs. There's an artist called Fuchs. I don't know how you say it, but FYU. The U with the double thing on the top, the double dots on the top.
Where is that?
FYUTCH. It's like on the bottom, bro. We don't write llamas, bro. It's an artist called We Don't Write Llamas.
Whoa.
I
What?
don't know, man.
See this?
Yeah, it's some goofy shit, bro.
Yeah, we don't write llamas.
You
It's like,
found it?
yeah, it's like three African American girls. It's like a band like that. I don't
Okay,
know.
gotcha. There's an artist called Goodnight Texas.
Yeah, that, I don't know if that's an artist or is that an artist? I
I
feel
don't
like
know. It
it's just
looks
like
like
a
it.
ceremony, no?
Oh, I don't know, bro. It just says there Goodnight Texas.
Oh, it is a band. It's a rock band.
Oh shit! Imagine they fucking rock our asses off, bro. We're like, oh shit. There's always like people that are like on the very late that they end up blowing up. So like some of these people are gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's always some underdogs that end up being big.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I'm sure Tame Impala was there at some point.
Yeah, bro. That's what's crazy about this kind of stuff. Like you don't realize who's gonna become the big ones. Ivan Cornejo.
Is that Mexican, no?
Is that Junior H? Oh, never mind. It's a Mexican dude.
Yeah. So we were looking earlier before we started the podcast, different topics, and we saw that Saudi Arabia has been showing up a lot in Miguel's feed, like
Yeah.
anything that vibe.
Is
And
it because
what have
do you
you
think because I
seen
look
about?
do I look Saudi Arabic to you, or like Middle Eastern to you?
Nah, it's just because they own a lot of soccer stuff, so it just goes hand in
I've
hand
had a
with
lot of
your
people
feed.
tell me that. One of my coworker managers told me he's like, you're not Middle Eastern, right? I'm like, no, I'm actually full
Really, people
Mexican.
be asking you that?
Yeah, bro. Whenever I grow out my beard like a little bit, they start saying that shit. I'm like, bro, that's kind of stereotypical, bro. I'm not. I have no. I don't think I have any. I don't know. I think it's just. I guess when you have a beard like that, it just like stands out, and they think that. I don't know. But I was like, dude, I'm full Mexican, bro. I got a fucking cactus in my forehead, brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't got a.
Yeah.
I'm not Middle Eastern, but you know, I've been told that. What's it called? But yeah, so I saw this video about the Saudi Arabian crown prince. He was being interviewed by Fox News, bro, and I was really impressed with how much he knows about geopolitics and like how well his English is. He spoke really well. Um, so the in the video he talks. He's the guy is obviously in Saudi Arabia. He visited him. He's interviewing him, and he goes on to show about how this big construction project that they're doing, and they're trying to build like these expensive, like crazy ass, like luxury resorts in the on the Red Sea. So they're building like I forget how much they're building every day on they're creating different islands on the sea, and these
Wasn't it a
islands,
$14 billion investment?
yeah, like a crazy amount of money. Like I mean, obviously to us, it sounds astronomical, but to them, it's like, oh, we're gonna make money off this long term project. Like they have hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars, so it's like relative to what their plan is like. Oh, we'll get paid back in 10 years. You know, like they always,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
thinking long
would it be
term.
10? Wouldn't it be like more like 50? No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying like they'll probably break even in 10 years. Or I mean, they don't even care about money, bro. They don't care about profits. At this point, they're trying to grow the country to a level where it's highly respected, like any other big power in the world. You know.
Yeah, I think they care more about prestige, right? They care more about luxury,
Right. They
like
want people
that.
to go there and be like, oh wow, like super impressed by the luxury they have. Kind of like Dubai, like in a way Dubai has it. You know.
Yeah, because like we think Middle Eastern, we think of Afghanistan, we think of Taliban, we think of like the worst things possible. But um,
They're trying to get
Saudi
rid of that.
Arabia,
Yeah.
it's Saudi Arabia. I feel like it's not. There's a stigma to like the way the women dress, with whatever guard they have, and like the men too. And people in the West are like, oh, they're oppressed, but in the East, like they're comfortable like that. Like they would feel more oppressed if they were wearing like short shorts and like showing their like crop tops and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
that's how comfortable they feel. And I think like they want people in the West to start going to Saudi Arabia as they would go to Europe. It's like us Americans,
100%.
you're like, oh, we're
Tourism.
going to Europe, so exciting. But now they want to get that European audience to go to Saudi Arabia, and they're saying they're building the new Europe, man. They're saying that the Europe is falling, the West is falling, especially with all the stupid political moves and how they're at a disadvantage with Russia and how they're worried too much on like the environment and making everyone feel good that they're actually doing really bad business decisions. And Saudi Arabia and those countries in the East, they're very traditional, so they're not worried about all these identity politics, and it's helping them flourish.
Yeah,
So
I think you're right. There's a throwback to traditional, like a throwback to like being conservative. Like that's there's a want for a lot of people who want to go back to the normal thing, the normalcy. You know, I feel like things have gone a little bit towards the left, especially over here in the Western countries, and in the Middle East, they're kind of like thriving. You know, because all their country has this big nationalism behind them, and they're all kind of very similar thinking. Obviously, they have some outliers, right? But for the most part, I would say 95% of their country has the same ideas and beliefs and religious ideas, social beliefs, all this kind of stuff. So that's when countries have a lot of prosperity whenever they have large amounts of nationalism and large amounts of wanting to see their country prosper. You know, and I think the U.S. is kind of the opposite of that. We're divided. We're like you said, wasting time on people, caring about people's feelings, canceling celebrities for stuff they did when they were young, or being offended by these woke kind of like ideas. And it's like, why don't we just focus on you know our education system, or all these important things like the nuclear family, how important it is to have a nuclear family. This is the idea that wanting a nuclear family sounds like kind of like bizarre now. Like oh, you want to, you want to have kids by 25 in a house. Like, that sounds crazy nowadays. You tell anyone that, it's like, you sound crazy. And it shouldn't be that way, you know?
Would you say that if you right now had the well, maybe you do, if you would you say that people not being able to buy a house is delaying um their parenthood?
I think so, yeah. Because for myself, I mean, that's if I had a house, I would definitely feel more at ease financially, and I would feel more. I mean, it's a big risk getting a home, bro. Like, that's what, 30-year lease. What is it? 30, 60 year. I don't know what the fuck. Some long ass fucking deal, bro. I think if you pay it off, the fastest you can pay it off, 15-year lease, whatever. But yeah, it sounds so like far away, dude. Like, even saving up like 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand. It's not shit. After you pay that down payment, like, how much money are you gonna have left? Like, you know what I'm saying? And what if the economy crashes, bro? Like on 08, what's gonna happen then? Everyone's saying that. So
Yeah, our generation is definitely has a big problem because we were told to go to college, and now that we've gone to college, we have so much debt, like individually,
uh
that and we compare that to like the inflation and how much it is to buy a house, especially in a popular city like you are in Austin, where I feel like the minimum you can get a house for is like 300,000. I'm sure there's like
spot
the
on.
medium is like 400,000, maybe 500,000.
Yeah.
But like most people like coming out of college make like if you get a good job, bro, you probably make like I don't know what the median would be coming out of college, but I would say like 40 to 50,000, right? High end
Uh,
60,000
yeah, because you
coming
have
out
no
of college.
experience. Yeah, so I think you're right. 50,000.
So, but then again, you are like you're basically like 60, maybe you're probably like 40 to 60, maybe some people $100,000 in college debt, but to get a
Mm-hmm.
job that makes them max $60,000 after getting like a year or 2 years of just doing internships. So by the time you pay off your college debt, you're gonna be in your 30s, early 30s, and then you have to save up 30% of what the house is worth, 20% of what the house is worth. So that's usually like another year of salary. So most of us won't be able to get a house until we're like 35, mid 30s, like late 40s. I mean
It
mid
sounds
30s, early
insane, right?
40s, which is insane because but dude, like our parents at least, yeah, especially like I think our parents, they were able to buy a house like 19, like 20, man, like early on for like
I
way
know.
less with no college degree, dude.
I asked my dad about it. He's like, yeah, I just went to Wells Fargo. Not Wells Fargo. There's like a credit union called Western Union.
Yeah, Western
A
Union.
credit Western Union. He said I asked him for a loan and I got it. He got a house with that loan. Like, it was that simple for him. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a very complex thing. Like, nowadays you gotta have good credit. You gotta have at least a 650 credit score, and you gotta have at least 5 years of credit history, and you gotta have you know a salary higher than whatever the fuck, three times the rent. What the fuck? I don't know. But there's so many requirements now, and it's made it kind of, I don't know. It's made it harder to see that as a goal, or to achieve it as a goal.
Yeah, and
So
you like you yourself personally, I are not experiencing what most people in college are experiencing because you were smart enough to go for a STEM major, so you're in a STEM field, and that's like something that's like people actually want. You can move to different. You can move laterally and you can move horizontally in different organizations because you're very valuable. But the majority of people in college went to like some social sciences,
right,
psychology, sociology, communications, and those people, dude. I'm sure if you look at your Instagram, your Snapchat, whatever, the same people that study that are probably teachers now. They're probably doing some BS like social media marketing or like some pyramid schemes, or maybe even still working as servers. So
right.
it
No, you're
really
right.
sucks out here, man. They fucked us up.
No, 100%. I think that's the big problem nowadays, and it's our generation that got thrown into it. This whole, it's kind of like a catch-22. No, like, what you say? Because, like, let's say you have a high-paying job right now and you get a home. Okay, but then the economy crashes, and then you're like, that home you bought is not worth half of what you paid for it. Um, so now you have to sell. It's like all these crazy stuff that's difficult, bro. Like I don't think that was as difficult back then. And maybe it's just being like what's that called? Like recency bias because we're living through it. But when I talk to my parents about it, they don't make it sound as difficult as it sounds nowadays. I ask them about it. I'm curious. I'm like, how did y'all like? My mom didn't work. My dad is the only one that worked. How were they able to like get a home and have us feed us every fucking week? Um, and then when I think about it too, that my parents started with a trader house, and then I guess they saved up, and then they got a regular two bed, and then eventually moved up. But I think about the areas they lived in. They used to live in Katy, then Houston, and then the Valley. So I think they moved to an area where they could thrive financially as well. So yeah, man, it's a lot of factors. It's crazy shit.
Yeah, it is crazy. I feel like that, we got lied into this, man, because if you think about it back, like more and more recently, there's more communication between people, so you can expose the elites, you can expose the matrix, you can
Mm,
expose whatever the hell's in charge. Back then, it was very like back then, dude, if Disney, CNN, ABC, if any large organization told you to do something and you were a parent, you were gonna follow them, bro. Like you were
yeah,
gonna like
100%.
if CNN came out and said statistically if you go to college we predict by the year 2020 and it's like 1990s, if your son goes to college by the year 2020 he's gonna have a 40% chance to become a millionaire compared to those who work as a trade company and like they just ate that up, especially being immigrants, and they tell you your whole life you have to study, you have to study, you have to be something, and then it's like you don't even have to be a doctor, son. We don't want you to be a doctor. We don't want you to be an engineer. Just go to college, and then you end up going to college for like some BS like degree that I mean, do you think about like if you think about it like sociology, psychology, maybe not psychology, but like sociology, communications, all these are things that you going to college for these majors are things that you should do once you already have experience in the work field and already have
Right.
your own business. Because like, why become someone who's good at communication if you don't have a product to sell? It's
Mhm.
like, well, what asset do you have that's going to make you valuable? You know how to communicate, but you don't have the practice because you don't have like the industry, the job, or the product to sell. Same thing is with sociology. Is like, okay, sociology, you're going to study what construct of society with what experience. It's these are things that are like these social sciences that make majority of the colleges or things that people who should not just go into. There's things that people should be rewarded with, like with having a good career and then go study, because then they can use this as like a life experience. You feel me? Like we're just getting fucked
Right.
because we get ourselves in $30,000 debt, which is just per year. It's just crazy.
I agree, and also I think like there was a big like drawback, not drawback, but a negative connotation about going into like trades, like being a welder, like being a construction worker, like being a plumber, all this shit. Bro, they're making bank nowadays, bro. They got their own companies and they're making bank off it. Barbers, bro, they're all making bank, and then they didn't have to go to college. They saved all that money, invested into their business, and were able to start their own shit. Like I'm not saying that trades are for everyone, but I've worked with like technicians, with like welders, all these guys. Like they're all fucking like they're making bank, bro. They get overtime for their work because it's like hard work, bro. There's a lot. There's a need for it because there's not everyone has degrees like us. Like people are overqualified or overqualified and unskilled to
Yeah.
where people who have like high technical abilities to weld are making $100 an hour, bro, and they're getting overtime. So in 2 hours, they're making $150.
Yeah.
And they'll finish it. I mean, obviously they'll finish it in faster than they can, and it's just crazy, bro. Like there was a big thing like I said in high school, where like, oh, you have to go to college if you're smart. You're going to college. Which college are you going to go to? But a lot of people that went to like the oil fields, they made instant money, and they're still making it to this day, and they all have houses, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
dude,
saying?
it was definitely like condescending feeling. Um, if you said, even if you said you're gonna go to the military, like at least in my high school, people who said
Oh,
they're gonna go to the
100%, yeah.
military, it was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Like,
Yeah, my
oh,
uncle
yeah.
went to the military. Yeah, he's in the Navy, and it's kind of condescending. Like you didn't want to say you were gonna do military, and you like for sure did not even want to. If you had that thought in your head to be a plumber or an electrician, and if that really excited you, right? Like maybe like you've always been curious how does Vegas, how does a city maintain its sewer system and plumbing? Like all these people go in there. How does a Palazzo or have that big fountain and you're excited about the plumbing? Like you want to create something like that. It's like you couldn't really be open about that in high school because they're gonna look down at you as like, oh, you want to be an engineer, right? It's like, no, I want to study plumbing. It's like, oh, well, the guy who's valedictorian is going to Harvard, so like, come on, what are you gonna do?
There's
So
always like a comparison kind of thing, right? Like a
yeah, so then
yeah.
people would like definitely were just they didn't want to exercise the thought of being something in trade, and everyone just wanted to go to college. And then you have people like me who is like, I want to be like a YouTuber, I want to be a musician, I don't want to go to college, and then I ended up just like choosing psychology because it was interesting. But you're at 18, man. You're not thinking, you can't really, it's really hard for you to think long term. And I don't agree with this whole like survival of the fittest, which is like, oh, you should have been smart enough to choose a major that's going to help you make money when you get out. Right now you chose a major that's like easy, everyone's doing it. It's like, bro, you're at 18, like just got out of high school, and now you're making me sign loans so I can
A
go to this
contract.
institution. And it's like there's too many factors there that you're thinking about. And
Like I think like maybe going back on it now, looking back and looking at your skill set, like what you're good at. I think maybe you could have gone back and been a computer science major, like
oh,
you
for
know,
sure, I
that's
think
like your
about that
skill
a
set.
lot.
That's like your skill set, like. But obviously, you've had a good, you've done good. You found a good path, and you're going with it. But it's just crazy how if you hadn't like put this work that you have now, you could have been in that catch-22 as well, like maybe serving or cutting grass. Remember, you were cutting grass one summer, bro, trying to get off.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I think yeah, like just like the reason why I have like the job that I have is not because of my degree, it's because of my
your own drive, your own.
my own drive. Because um like I remember like I graduated, and then I graduated and I knew the whole university because of like what I worked for at the university. Like I was, orientation leader, peer mentor, so I knew like all the programs. So I was like, all right, I need to go to the career center, and I need to make a meeting. They're gonna help me get my resume. I'm gonna tell them what I'm interested in. We're gonna look at like what different organizations are here, and I'm gonna go to a job fair. I went to two job fairs, like
Yeah,
hosted by the university.
yeah.
They had Valero, they had I don't know if I'm just gonna say HEB. They
Rake
had Wells Fargo, Chase Bank. They had like that
rack
GM
space, what's that one called?
Financial. I think Rackspace. They had like all these organizations, right?
Uh huh.
Go up to the ones that I'm interested, and they tell me, "Oh, your psychology. You know what? Go get an MBA because right now we're looking for accountants and we're looking for I don't know, engineers. So yeah, go if you want to work for us, go get your MBA." So right after 4 years of studying and around $60,000 in debt, you're telling me that I need to continue my education
And double your
and get
debt.
like another $40,000 in debt.
Yeah.
So my drive came from like, I'm not gonna work as a server, dude. I'm gonna do like every single job, dude, I worked for free at an internship, man. Like I did like I my
Right.
time, I got $0 for my time, and it slowly helped me get to where I am now, which is like I'm like, I don't want to be jerking myself off, but it's like the reason where I'm at now is not because of like my education, but
Yeah.
because of my extroverted personality and my willingness to like to be a bitch and like swallow my pride and be like, I'm gonna work for like nothing, you know?
Yeah. That's a tough quality to obtain to like to muster up that feeling to be like fuck it, I'm gonna do internship for 3 months, not get paid, but it's gonna pay off. And you know what I'm saying? Because you knew that there was a path there. You knew that that's gonna look good on my resume. That's gonna attract companies, and it's gonna it make you pivot into what you actually wanted to do, or to a job that you actually get highly paid in.
Yeah,
So
man. Because even like when I did the internship at the Air Force Base, like because I did an internship at the Air Force Base, I'm sure if they would have gone through everyone who was in my class, they would have not chose me. They would have been
because
like, nah, dude, like these people actually know what they're talking about. You, like, no, but like it was my like my willingness to go. My
right,
like I'm sure a lot of them saw like, oh, the Air Force, dude, I want to go drive to the Air Force and do this bullshit, bro. I don't want to do that. But I was the one who was willing to do it, and I ended up
right,
getting like the best job that you could out of like, I think like out of all the people who out of all the people who I was in class with, one person works at Ernest Young in Dallas, and like from what I heard, it's like very cutthroat. Like everyone's an asshole. Like they gotta
Toxic.
be there like 8 in the morning. Your boss like condescending, probably gets harassed because she's a female. Makes $80,000, but it's just like very stressful. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
one person. The other person I know, they're working at the Air Force, so they have to do a lot with like the BS of like working with like the government and
Military
military and like
contracts.
not
Yeah.
yeah like military contracts, having to be there. People who are like officers being assholes, and then like the rest, they just kind of doing like some like just like HR stuff. Like I don't like some of them are still struggling to find jobs. So I feel like I got like the best job I could possibly get, not because of my intelligence, but because like I went ahead and just swallowed my pride and did all the like dirty work.
Bitch work. Yeah. Fuck it. You gotta do some bitch work sometimes.
And that makes me think of a question that I wanted to ask you, which is,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that that if you would have been okay, do you think there is more opportunity being working as a trade, like being a person who has a trade, or someone who has a degree? Which has more opportunities for you to develop your career?
I think there's more opportunities if you want opportunities. If you want to get a job, if you gain skills in a trade, you will be highly, highly wanted in the industry. Like you're gonna become well known and whatever. Let's say you become a welder for a small machine shop. Okay, you're gonna build just that machine shop's gonna train you. You're gonna get trained in how to weld. From there on, you're gonna gain experience. You're there for a year. Then you decide to apply to a bigger company. It's maybe like a higher level company has hundreds of employees, and you start welding there. And then you start getting your salary. You start building your life. I think that's the more long term approach for someone who's in trade. And at the end of the day, you learn that trade. You can start your own business with that trade. You get certified. You start your own LLC. You start your own personal company. Train people. I can see why being a tradesman. There's a lot of people who are tradesmen who become what's like entrepreneurs, and they start their own companies, and they start pivoting into making other businesses. Um, and it's crazy. I think that's where most of the opportunities nowadays. If you want to get like a job where if you want to get like a salary job like yourself, like me, like it's gonna be a tough process right now because there's so much competition. There's 10,000 engineers graduating from UTSA every year. Like that's great. Let's think about that, bro. Like that's just one school, dude. Like
Yeah,
think about all the schools in Texas, all the
is that a
schools in
fact?
the.
There's 10,000 people
No, I don't
graduating
know.
every.
I'm just using hyperbole. I'm seeing a lot of engineers. I mean, I went to school, and even now, I think the attendances at UTSA are increasing every year. So I can only imagine that's
It's
a high
free now,
number.
right? That's so stupid. Isn't the school free now?
There's like a new program where if your parents
If your
make
first
less than
generation is free,
if you're first gen and your parents make less than 100,000 a year, it's free, basically.
that's bro. Come on, man. That would have been free.
I
For
know.
the bold promise for eligible students with family incomes of 70,000 or less, tuition and mandatory fees will be covered through scholarships, grants, tuition exemptions from federal government, state, and institution funds.
That's
Bro, are you
crazy,
fucking
bro.
kidding me, dude?
And so now let me tell you how to sneak it into ACL.
So now let me tell you how to be a YouTuber.
This is my online course on how to become a YouTuber.
Dude, I think like I see that like most of our audience are like people our age, so I don't even know if like yeah,
They should
I guess
relate, no? We
they
should,
should
we should
relate
get
to
some
this.
related.
Yeah,
We should get some
yeah.
relatability from this,
You
bro.
should get some
Yeah,
relatability from this.
yeah. But it's been a good pod, bro. We went on that one, bro.
Yes, sir. Well,
You got the
thank you for
tie dye, boy.
watching,
What you
guys.
wearing there, boy? I didn't even know you were wearing the tie dye.
Oh, it's just like some I don't know. It just got like some shirt. Got it from the rim. Not the rim. Got it from what is it?
I can't
It's
read
that
that, bro.
CSG brand. I don't know. You know
Cool,
that
man.
store JD? What is it like? It's like a
Oh
sneaker
yeah, the
store.
one with the shoes and shit, right?
Yeah, I think it's from there.
Cool.
Yeah, guys. So with our channel, we have two channels right now. We have a Goofy Foodie, which is I can't believe I actually said that right. Goofy
You said
Foodie,
Goofy Foodie. You said it correct, brother.
which
Good work.
yeah, is amazing. Which is a soccer channel that we're trying to grow, and with It's Whatever, we're doing basically it's whatever, but our channel is growing, and we're trying to see if people are going to watch because of us, if that has anything to do with it, or if they're just watching because of the drama and they don't really care about us. And right now we're in the middle of just like trying to grow the other channel because experimenting with the other channel, experimenting with this channel because we want this to have a substantial income at least for this next year. We want the income to be something that's going to help us rather than just like a side. We want like a second income. And then eventually like a primary income. But
all right. So y'all make sure to like, subscribe, comment, talk some shit. Please get that algorithm going. You know what I'm saying? And my dog says hi, by the way. But thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Just remember that if you like it or not, fuck with it or not, it's whatever.